Hey everybody, and welcome to Meals with Melissa. I noticed my camera's a little low, so I'll fix that just really quick. It's good to see you. I know that I sound really funny today. I don't have much of a voice, so we're gonna do the best we can. This is gonna be super short, but I have a really great recipe for you today. For some people, I find it's really important and necessary to be grain-free, depending on what their health goals are and what seems to be causing inflammation within their bodies. And grains can actually be one of those things that does cause inflammation. So some of us have to be real careful. Now, I know that oats don't tend to be as bad of a situation. However, some people, you might have to do one of those diets where you just kind of cut everything out that tends to be allergenic or highly inflammational, and then start to add things back in to see what your body responds to and what can cause a problem. So the benefit of this is most people can handle coconut. Now, you might not like coconut, well, then this recipe isn't for you, but most of us love a good either an overnight oats or something that we can have something really quick and decent in the morning. And so not a bad option to add coconut, which also has some healthy fats to it as well. And this one, you guys, is super, super simple. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, now you might have to play with the ratios according to how you choose, hi Kimberly, how thick you want it and how, what textures that you tend to like. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a can of coconut milk. Now I actually emptied mine into a bowl, so I can't show you the can, but you actually want the can, not the carton from the fridge section. Now the first thing you're gonna have to do is mix that up, because when it's in the fridge, it's actually pretty close to solid, and so it actually will solidify just a little bit, as you can see. So we're gonna put it in a pot today, and we're just gonna heat that up just a little bit. So I've taken about a 1/4 cup of coconut milk, and to that I'm going to add some unsweetened shredded coconut. Now this is not just shredded, I mean it's like really super, super tiny pieces. Now, if you don't have that or you can't find that at the store, you can always throw this in your food processor and get it. The smaller that the chop is, the smaller the pieces are, the better off it's going to be to try to get the consistency that you would like. So I've added about a 1/4 cup. Now, the original recipe calls for a 1/2 to 3/4 cup of coconut milk. I found that it was a little too loose and watery, a little too liquid. So I just kind of reduced the coconut milk to be what I was going to accomplish there. So I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of looks like oatmeal. Yeah, it's perfect, right? So you're gonna heat those both until they get a little bit thicker. Now, right now, this consistency is perfect, honestly, for what I'm looking for. However, if not, if you find that it needs to be thickened up just a little bit, you can actually add either 1/2 to a teaspoon, or excuse me, a tablespoon, let's get our measurements right, either 1/2 to a tablespoon of coconut flour. Now, coconut flour, you need less than almond flour because it absorbs more. It's a way more absorbent texture. So if you're using almond flour, which you guys is just basically ground up almonds, almond meal, right? You can actually use up to 2 tablespoons to kind of thicken that up just a little bit. You could also put it back in the fridge and let the coconut milk solidify a little in order to make it a little bit thicker. But honestly, this worked out perfect this morning after I played with it last night. So that's what we're going for right there. Now, to add to that, you can actually, if you want, I would probably add just a pinch of salt, because that always accentuates the little bit of sweetness to it, because the coconut has a natural sweetness. But if you do find that you need it a little bit sweeter, at my house we tend to use a liquid stevia, and the nice thing is there's different flavors. Now we also get one that is flavorless, just at our local Walmart. It doesn't, it's pretty inexpensive, but I also get, my favorite's caramel because I put it in my coffee. But any of those flavors work great. You can add a little bit of that to your coconut oatmeal. You could also add some, now be careful with these. This is a sugar-free caramel. This is one of my favorite ones, but realize that it's made with Splenda, and Splenda can actually spike insulin because I know that they say it's non-nutritive. The problem with that is that they're going with a loophole. So yes, it actually does have calories. I want to say like 5 packets of Splenda is, I can't remember how many calories, but there are calories to it. And because it's a sugar derivative, it can actually spike your blood sugar. You have to be careful with that. Also to that, you could add all kinds of great things, just like you can oatmeal. So you could do cinnamon. You could do, I've got some shredded or some sliced almonds here to give it a little bit of crunch, which is amazing. I love that. You could put some fruit on there. I've got some blueberries. There's just some vanilla. Play with flavors, especially when they're great options to add to things that don't add any extra calories. That way you have a great meal. It's quick, it's easy, it's good tasting, and it's sugar free and low carb. Other ideas that I saw, you could also add, of course this would be for fall, right? Some smashed pumpkin, like candy pumpkin. Make sure that it's pumpkin and not pumpkin pie filling, because that has sugar in it. Or you could add banana, but again, it depends on what your macros are, and if you're trying to stay away from even natural sugars, you might have to be careful there. So super simple. I'm just gonna show you what that looks like. Put it in this nice little clear bowl so you can see it. Again, just gives you just a different option. For those of you that like coconut, it's a great one. If you are on a low carb or a keto diet, great option coming your direction, right? So I know that doesn't seem like it's much. Just remember, this is higher in fat, so you can't just eat unlimited, but you do have to keep track of that in MyFitnessPal. I'm gonna throw a little bit of some of the almonds in there, and I might throw in a little bit of blueberry or strawberry, and it's perfect and ready for breakfast. So try it. Let me know what you think, you guys. Please leave a comment below or message me, or if you have a great, simple recipe, send it to me and I'll totally give you credit on it, because this is not my idea. This comes from Dr. Eric Berg and one of his cookbooks. So I love it. I love to know what works for you. I get my best ideas from you guys. So hopefully I'll have a better voice for you later this week and next weekend. But until then, you guys have an incredible weekend and stay healthy.